Hello, and welcome back to another episode on Farming Simulator 25. We are on the Alps map, and it is an early November morning. Decided to get started just a little bit earlier because we have a lot of pallets to move, and moving them one by one is going to take quite a while. We have a lot of dried herbs, which is nice. We can move that into our tea laboratory and start making some more tea. Alright. This definitely has some juice, which is good. I'm going to have to make sure I stay on top of that. I do not want to run out and have someone come over and tow this back to my charger for me again. That ends up being a waste of money and time. What's going on? Interesting. Couldn't go forward. It only went backwards, even though I was pressing forward. Looks like my little hand, I don't want to call it a hand pallet or, pallet mover. There we go. We can call it a pallet mover. Is becoming more and more unreliable as time goes by. Just one more reason to upgrade as quickly as we can. Ooh, sun came out, it looks like, or something. Alright, obviously this is going to take a while, so I'm going to pop on some music and kind of focus on getting it done as quickly as I can. We have a lot of pallets to move very, very slowly. And after last month's fiasco, we got to get this all done and hopefully make some decent money. Welcome back. Well, that took quite a while, as I was expecting, and once again, had a little bit of an accident. I think I'm going to need to invest in some health insurance. I don't know why the pallet mover loses control like that. If we get some chance today, I'd like to add some water to this garden and have it start producing for us. Let's check the app real quick and see how our greenhouses are doing. I'm pretty sure that they still have plenty of water. Yeah, they're just a little bit below 50%. The dog rose bushes are below 50%, and the linden trees are also below 50%, but they don't seem to use a lot of water. All right, our tea laboratory cannot make any more tea. What's it missing? It doesn't have any dried thyme. Interesting. Well, let's deactivate that for now, and when we move some herbs there, we can start doing that. I'll also need to take a look at what teas we should make besides that one. What do we have here? Oh, this is the thyme tea. Nice. We'll have to check and see when that is best at. All right, here's our sprayer with our our fiasco from last one. I don't want to actually return it with the herbicide in it, so let's see if well, it's going to put it there. That's fine. I'll have to move it out of the way later. Alright, we're going to drive over to the store and we're going to sell this back because I don't ever see ourselves using this again. It's too small of a working with, so it takes too long, and it never actually worked. So all we did was we bought herbicide and then wasted it on a field. And I had to cancel a job saying I couldn't do it, which was not good. I don't want to get a bad reputation. I want people to be happy to hire me for these contracts, especially because that's the only way we're really making money at the moment. At least until our tea business gets off its feet. Oh, hello, train. Truck just wasn't gonna stop, and since it is bigger than me, it wins its the right of way. All right, here we are at the store. Let's see. I think this is where I would end up having to sell it from. I'm not gonna repaint it. We'll just sell it. So we got 1800 back. I think it cost us $2 to purchase it. You know, while I'm here, let's take a look at the contracts and see if anybody needs anything done this month. Bale wrapping, we do not have a bale wrapper. Deadwood, no. Feeding station placement. I don't know how to do that or what I would need. Hey, we do have a fertilizer contract. Everything else is harvesting, mowing, plowing. So if there's a mower that is cheap enough and weak enough, we might be able to do some mowing jobs, but we'll do this fertilizing contract for sure. And let's check the store real quick. Let's check the sales first. 60 horsepower, but it's a front mower. Oh my goodness, it's a little too expensive. It's only 3% off. There's no reason to get that. Even though, you know, my mind goes, oh my gosh, look, it holds 6,000 liters of water. We'll wait. There's got to be something better. And I don't know if our tractor will. No, it doesn't have a front attachment, so it can't even use that mower. Let's check to see what they have for sale for mowers. Well, that is pretty cheap. 1.8 working with, 2 meter working with. That's two. Our tractor can't power that. This one it could. What about this one? Possibly 4 meter working with. Well, there's a lot of options here. So this one is 60 horsepower, which is just on the cusp of what our tractor could use. This one's 25. I think I'd rather get this because a worker should be able to run this then and not have to have me take over and do it. Because that's what I had to do with the cultivator last time. The worker wasn't comfortable using it at that close to its tolerance. And I don't blame him. It took me the entire day to do that field. So let's purchase this one. We'll increase the speed just a little bit. Alright, I'm gonna go ahead and head back to our farm, attach our fertilizer spreader to this, and then head over to the field we need to do that contract on. If we're lucky, maybe a couple other people need some fertilizing today as well, so we at least can get a couple jobs in. While that's happening, I think I'll have somebody drive the tractor for us to the store, connect the or actually maybe I'll have somebody drive this to the field and fertilize, and I'll drive the tractor to the store, connect the mower, and then do a mowing job and see how it works. Maybe that's the best plan. I need to take off that cultivator as well. Alright, that's pretty much fully loaded. Let's get over to the road and see where we need to go. Oh, that's way out there. Alright, enter vehicle. No, create job. Alright. I'm now paying someone to drive it for us over there and do the work instead of being paid to do it myself. But we should still make a nice little profit. I think I'm going to put this cultivator right over here. And let's head over to the store. Alright, I'm going to go ahead and throw some music on. I'm going to go to the store, attach the mower, and find a mowing job and do it and see how that works out. Welcome back. Well, for some reason nobody wants to do the, or they're not comfortable using the gator for fertilizing. So I ended up having somebody come over here and start using the mower here. It looks like it's mowing, but they're doing the outer edge first. But we'll see how that goes. I guess I'm gonna either have to run all the way over to that field, or maybe I can hire a taxi or an Uber driver to drive me there and drop me off. So I guess I'm heading over there, and I'll see you guys when I get there. Alright, welcome back. I just got dropped off. Let's, I guess, start spraying this. I wonder why the workers don't feel comfortable using this gator to spray the field. Excellent. Well, it works for me, and that's easy money. I'm glad that I chose a smaller mower, so worker didn't have any problems starting the job with the tractor and the mower, so that's nice. Though I'm not really seeing any improvement in the contract. The app is telling me it's still pretty much not done. We'll to see what's going on, because that's a profitable contract. I'd like for that to be done. Maybe it's got to finish that outer headlands first, since it's pretty much mowing the outer edge of the map. Maybe it's not counting. I don't know. We'll give it a little bit of time in the hope that it works. If not, then well, I'll have no choice but to go do it myself. I would like to be able to have a worker doing contracts at the same time as I do, just so you know, we can be that much more efficient. I don't think that's too much to hope for. Well, let's check the map. Oh, there we go. It's being done. Yay! We're up to 1%. That's just enough to give me hope. I'm all paranoid now. You know, I'm like, oh, will the equipment work? Will the worker want to do the job? Like, I know that tractor's really rusty looking, but I promise it works. This is a pretty quick contract here, so that's nice. It's a good palette cleanser after that cultivating job last month. That thing was brutal. Though I did learn a lot. One of the things that I learned was actually pretty cool, because I've never noticed it before. So here, if you look, and it shows the GPS line, the white line is my next row, but if you look over to the right, it's grayed out. That means I've already done it. I didn't realize that until I went ahead and I did that cultivating contract. There were just so many lines, and it was just non-stop, and it was when it got dark, I was worried that I was going to start missing, you know, my rows, and it was just going to get really, really hard to do, and I was genuinely nervous I was going to have to, you know, abandon the contract, get no money, and waste all that time, you know, trying to do it, not to mention all the money repairing the tractor, buying the cultivator, all that stuff. I was just like, oh my gosh, this is going to be a horrible, horrible, you know, day. And then when I noticed that the lines faded out when you were done with them, I was like, oh, how cool is that? Okay, now, you know, no matter how dark it got, I knew that no matter what, you know, that's it. I could follow my lines and get it done. Pretty nifty. Technology is awesome. We're almost done with this. The worker is 5% to 6% done through their mowing job. Awesome. The fact that you can tie the GPS in with the app to keep track of all that is fantastic. Which is good too, I guess. If I ever owned land and somebody was working on it, I could actually make sure they're doing it, versus them just giving me an invoice and saying, yep, we're done, we did it. Nice, all done here. Let's turn this in and get paid. Wasn't a huge payday, but I'll take what I can get. $1,500 is still nice. That's almost enough for the loan payment. Anybody else need some fertilizing done? Nope. More mowing, so if the mowing contract is good. Oh, that's right by my house. That's nice. That will be the opposite of my house, so I don't know about that one. It's a bale wrapper. That's a possibility. I'm not really sure. I don't know what the feeding station is. So I just need to place down feeding stations in the forest using the construction mode. That sounds doable. Okay, let's accept that, and hopefully I don't have to abandon it. And where do I need to go for that? Anywhere? Place down feeding stations in forests using the construction mode menu. Well, let's try that out and see how it's gonna work. Maybe I can do it from here, and I can tell them where to place it, and they will place it, and then I get paid for it, I guess. Let's see, where would it be? there, maybe under animals? Oh, I would have to spend $500 to put it down myself. How much is it paying me again? I have to put down 3 stations at $500 a piece, and that would get paid nothing. Yeah, I don't feel comfortable doing that. I am going to cancel this one. Sorry, guys. I'm thinking that if I do that wrong, I'm just going to be out money. Well, that's unfortunate. That might be something I try down the road when I'm not so desperate for cash. Alright, let's head back to... I guess I'm going to have to look on the map. I don't really know how to get back home. Where are we? We are there. I guess we'll make a left and then a right. I haven't been to this part of the map before, and when I was being driven over here, wasn't paying attention. I was scrolling through forum posts, wondering why the gator, no one wanted to work with the gator for the fertilizing. Couldn't find anything, so I went, oh well, it is what it is. It's a quick enough job and I don't mind doing it, so it works out. What is this place? Just parking? Interesting. Oh, this is pretty cool though. I like the road and the little walls around it. Look at the hedges here. That looks nice. Man, this must be terrifying to drive on when it's snow and it's all icy though. We're heading to winter, so I guess I'll find out at some point. Sorry, car. The guy's like, you're driving way too slow. Alright. We are back to where I am familiar with. That's where I got lost last time on the right. That was a green light, so I'm just gonna go. I don't think there's anything in the store, so I'm just gonna head back to our farm. And maybe while the worker is doing the mowing, I can add some more water to the trees and the greenhouses and the bushes. Maybe even start on that little farm garden. Or maybe what would be even better would be to go take over the job for the mowing, so that way I don't have to pay anybody. If I don't have to pay anybody, that's just more profit. And if I can't do multiple jobs at the same time, there's no point in having someone else work for me. Yeah, I think that's probably the best idea. Alright, I'm gonna go ahead and leave this here for now. And I'll head over to the road and wait for an Uber to come pick me up and drop me off over there. I'm gonna throw on some music, hang out while I'm waiting for my ride, and see you guys in a little bit. welcome back. We're finally almost done with this contract. A couple things I learned. One, these mountains really play havoc with the lighting. At first I thought it was getting dark. Oh nice, we just finished. And then I realized as I was kind of driving up and down here that it was just where the sun was in relation to those mountains behind us. It's kind of crazy. Let's go ahead and turn this in. I think I was a little too greedy and I chose the biggest mowing job because, you know, $6,000, almost $6,500, and I really wanted the money. But I should have chosen some of the smaller mowing jobs, which would have been much faster. This took way too long, and what I'm kind of curious about, I mean, I was already in a deficit because I had to spend money to buy the mower, so my profit was a little bit lower right now. But there's also the fact that with how long it takes, and I have to pay a worker every hour, that eats into my profit too. So quick jobs with a high turnaround are great because I have a lot of profit, and even if I have a worker helping me out, they're not taking all that much. But on something like this would have been, 6 hours, almost 7 hours of mowing. I'm glad I swapped over to it and did it instead of filling up my greenhouses and stuff in water containers, because I would have just ended up paying that much more and gotten that much less income from that job. I wish this tractor was faster, bigger, stronger, not so rusty. But if it was just a little bit quicker, it'd be nice. It wouldn't take so long to be driving around here. Well, I'll have to keep an eye out for more mowing jobs, though I don't know if we'll get any more since we're heading into the winter. And it is nice because a worker can do it where they're not comfortable working with my gator, so I can stay on the gator if, you know, there's multiple jobs at the same time. And in the future, I won't have to worry about profit quite as much because, well, I've already paid for the mower with this job that I just did. But I look forward to the day where I have bigger machinery that's much faster, and then, you know, I can knock out more of these per day. Or, you know, when I make enough money just off my own farm with this tea farm, that I won't be forced to do jobs for people in the area. That would be nice. Alright, I think this is a pretty good spot to go ahead and end the episode. It's starting to get dark now. Thank you guys so much for watching. I hope you enjoyed it, and hopefully I will see you on the next one. Have a great day.